NFL Daily Mailbag here on Chat Sports. Harrison Graham, Tom Downey in here. Use hashtag NFL or Super Chat. Kevin Otto kicks things off here. Who do you think will win offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, great question. I think offensively, unless Tua suddenly emerges into something ridiculous,
two-man race.
It's two-man race. It's Justin Herbert and it's Joe Burrow. And to be honest, I think Herbert and Burrow are neck and neck right now.
Do they play each other this year? I should probably know this.
Double check.
Because it could come down to something like that, because I think it's very close.
Well, no, they played earlier this year. But Herbert wasn't playing. It was Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, it was the week one game? That's
a
bummer. That sucks they didn't play. I would lean Burrow still, but Herbert's playing really well. I think it could go either way there.
I think defensively there are quite a few players that are in the race there. I think Chase Young kind of remains your front runner. Yep. I'll tell you what, though, Antoine Winfield has been awesome
this
really
year. Good.
Patrick Queen's had himself a nice year, specifically for the Ravens as well. So I think those are your top three guys. Mega dark horse, Jeremy Chin's having a nice season too.
Little Frog here using hashtag NFL. Are the Broncos a playoff-worthy team right now? I know this is Sam's burner account. They have a defense to compete. Kudos to Drew Lock. Made some plays down the stretch. Still going to say no. I think they're a year or two away, but they're still in the hunt.
I think it depends on which Drew Lock shows up.
Right.
The one that we saw in the first three quarters against the Chargers, the one who showed up in the fourth quarter against Chargers, or somewhere more in the middle to remain consistent.
And can he play well against a good team? Because he hadn't done that yet.
Well, they'll have chances against the Raiders, for example. Win those games, I think, they might be able to sneak their way in. I think because in part due to injuries, they're probably a year away. But I think there should be enough promise out of Denver that they're like, okay.
Can you go like 7-9? I think that, can you get to 500? That would be a really good result for Denver this year. Next question here, Grantland Grados. Who will have the best record across the NFL, I'm assuming here? So you got Pittsburgh, who's unbeaten, and I think the Chiefs. Those are probably the top two. Seattle.
Toy Story, by the way, that your profile pick is? Or is that one of the Jimmy?
That's Toy Story. That's Toy Story.
What did I say?
I don't know what you said.
All right, Toy Story is what I'm going to say. Anyway, I think. Sorry, I got off track there. Chiefs or Seattle are my two votes here. I think Pittsburgh, of course, is in the mix, but I think they kind of just have enough losses down the stretch.
Yeah, the Chiefs may not lose again. If they come out focused and play well, who's beating them? That's what I keep asking people. Yeah. When they play,
they don't always come out.
That's the thing. Sometimes they mess around and they go to overtime with the Chargers. So, I mean, we'll see. I think those are the three teams, and then there's a drop-off right now. Pittsburgh, Seattle, Kansas City. I'd say one of those three. So who will win Super Bowl 55? Perfect transition here. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Real quick, Tom. Way too early vote. Who you going with?
Let Russell Wilson cook. I'll go with Seattle here.
Give me Mahomes out-dueling Russell Wilson. We all want to see that, right? By the way, at this point.
That'd be awesome.
Chiefs, Seahawks. Give me the Chiefs. Pin comment on today's video. You can reply right there. Got a super chat coming in from Ann Alpaca.
First off, since when can alpacas use computers?
Hey, big fan of alpacas. One of my favorite vines of all time was an alpaca video.
Dead. No one cares.
Hashtag Vine was great. Bring it back. Who would you want to coach your team, Trump or Biden?
The answer's neither.
We don't talk politics here. I want to coach my own team. Next question here. Chris Ayers also sitting in a super chat. Is Mike McCarthy a stooge?
I know the season has been very stooge-worthy for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think that he is. I think the biggest problem is, look, the defense is clearly lacking some talent. Mike Nolan hasn't been great. Offensively, you're decimated by injuries.
Yeah.
I think if this was a healthy Cowboys offense, I think they'd be 500 and they'd be leading the NFC East, and we would be having a different discussion.
Would they, though?
Yes. Even if they just had Dak alone, they would be 500.
They were, 1-3 with Dak? I guess 2-3 technically with Dak.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd have to go look back at the schedule.
You would have beaten the Washington football team, and you would have beaten Philadelphia. You'd be 500.
Okay. Evan Scott, I'd have to think about that last one more. Using hashtag NFL. Do the Eagles consider moving on from Carson Wentz? You're kind of stuck with them, at least for now. Especially, Jalen Hurts? Here you go.
The Eagles had 4 turnovers from Carson Wentz, and it was 5 if you include a turnover on downs, in their first 7 or 8 possessions against the Cowboys.
He's been bad. What do you want me to say?
Cowboys, and they did not even give Jalen Hurts a drive.
I mean,
To not even like to take, just reset Carson. They didn't do it.
Hurts clearly isn't ready.
Yeah, which like why did you spend a second pick on him? Whole different issue.
That's its own problem.
I don't think the Eagles are going to do it right now, but I mean if they limp to the postseason and get blown out, I think they almost have to. But his contract is so difficult to move on from. You're almost stuck with it.
If he plays at this level the rest of the way and ends up with like 25 picks, you got to evaluate that there. I'm not convinced that'll happen, but half a season in, it has not been pretty. Trigger Tom Downey burner account. Let's see here. Hashtag trade Dallas sends a first to bring back Taco. I like the troll
I
here.
am not going to dignify this with a response.
Taco Charlton's actually been decent for the Chiefs. Oh, who's
I'm
that?
not doing it.
Taco's actually been all right, but yeah, first-round pick.
No, I'm not doing it.
He's not Tom's favorite player, but it is my favorite Tuesday meal. But shout out your favorite player in the comment section. I know what I did there. I'm funny. It's all good. No more laughter here. Let's be serious. Be here all day. Shout out your favorite player. Let us know in the comments. Tom's favorite player is not Taco Charlton.
I remain a huge fan of Sean Lee, but he's not the same guy he was in his prime anymore.
Yeah, what year is it? Patrick Mahomes. He's the GOAT. He's my favorite player. And we got his jersey available, including several others at chatsports.com/jersey deal. These are all under $80, so take advantage of this deal. It doesn't last forever. That link is in the comments. It's in the description. Rookies are available as well. Tom, why not get Joe Burrows? Because he's balling out.
Because he's the future for Cincinnati. So
finally,
you can invest in that
they
jersey.
found someone. Josh Jacobs, Tua, plenty more jerseys as well. Available at that link. It's in the comments. It is in the description. Chatsports.com/jersey deal. Let's go back to Little Frog here. Who is your dark horse MVP at midseason? Hard to find a dark horse at the midway point. Is Kyler Murray still in that category, or is he a legitimate candidate? He's like a Tier 2 candidate.
I think that's
Ryan Tannehill, dark horse? He's kind of faded.
He's kind of faded,
They've
but
lost two in a row.
I think he qualifies.
How about Derrick Henry as a dark horse?
I still think Tannehill gets it because, again, I know Derrick Henry's awesome. That duo works really well, but
I'm just thinking of guys like way under the no one's even talking about.
Does Derek Carr?
God.
Raiders win 10 games.
No.
11 games.
He's still not winning.
You wanted dark horse. I gave you dark horse. I'm not going to say, ooh, Tom Brady. That's not a dark horse pick. I want Derek Carr instead. You're welcome.
Derek Carr. Unbelievable. Z, hashtag NFL. Thoughts on Lev Bell on the Chiefs? Will he get significant touches when it matters most? I've talked about Bell quite a bit on our Chiefs channel. Check it out, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. I think he's in that 10 to 13 touch a game range. I think CEH is your 65% of the time. Bell is your 35% of the time. I think that's going to be the split. Maybe it gets more like 60-40. Last week, they just said, Mahomes, go throw it 40 times and let's throw 5 touchdowns. So, I don't know. I think 60-40 split, 65-35.
Somewhere in that range.
Edwards-Helaire, I still think, is the lead back, and rightfully so. Joe Fernandez is next up here. Are the Bucs legit with AB? Can we watch them play a game first?
I mean, I think the Bucs are pretty legit.
They're legit
right
without AB.
Yeah, the defense is awesome.
One.
It's a super good defense right now. So I don't think that Antonio Brown suddenly legitimizes what they have.
He's icing. If he comes in and plays well, that's just an extra piece, right? Kind of like Lev Bell with the Chiefs. If he gives you something, it's just more to your offense. Grantland, are the Steelers having a good record because of luck or just Roethlisberger's rocket arm?
Well, Big Ben does not have a rocket arm anymore. No. So I'll point out this part first, and I'll have some stats to back me up here. So his average intended depth of target, how far downfield he's throwing it, is 6.9. Yep. That is Nick Mullins level. It's nice, but it's also bottom 7 among qualifying quarterback. His average completed air yards is 4.5. It's the same as Sam Darnold and Joe Flacco. It's bottom 7.
Hey, no one throws the tunnel screen better.
Big Ben's arm is not the same that it was anymore. He's not slinging it downfield and just chucking it deep. They are a good team because the offense is still having success in a shorter field attack, and the defense is awesome. So, yeah, luck plays a role in every NFL team, but they're a good team.
The one advantage with not taking all those shots downfield, not as many interceptions. He's taking care of the ball at a higher rate, which with that defense and running game isn't a bad way to approach things. Don't miss any of our shows here at Chat Sports, especially our NFL coverage, because we go live at least twice per week, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, every Monday and Wednesday. And weeks like this, we go live for the NFL trade deadline.
Yeah, we do.
We got Loop Jimmy, who's rocking it on our NBA coverage. He'll be live with you guys again on Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern. But we go live a bunch here at Chat Sports. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our stuff. Got a few more here. Daniel Hinton, super chatting, appreciate it. Bears time for new owners.
You can take this one.
I've seen a couple of comments here, like, fire Virginia. Like,
You can't fire a state.
yeah, referring to McCaskey
I
there.
know.
But the point is like, I think we overdo the owners thing. Like, I get it with Jerry in Dallas because he's also the GM in title, at least. People forget that. Like, I don't know how much influence on the actual product on the field the owners have. Maybe it's, 3 to 5% total? And that feels a little high.
Yeah.
Look, it's about player personnel and coaching and execution.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Bears offense stinks. Defense is good. You know, that's just the fact of the matter there. Tony Holder, last up here. If Miami makes the playoffs, does Coach Flores get Coach of the Year considerations? I think he's got to be in the mix.
I think he might win it if that happens.
Yeah.
I think the job that Brian Flores has done, we have finally found a former Belichick assistant who's good in the head coaching role.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't really seen other success. Flores has been the exception so far. He is exceeding expectations. That defense, and they had a clear plan in the offseason, is awesome this year.
By the way, he refused to give in last year when everybody told him to tank. He wins 5 of 9 games down the stretch.
He might win 9 games this year.
Brings that culture into this year. And you know why he'll win it if they make the playoffs? Because he went to Tua when not many people said he should. And if they make it, that probably means that ended up being the right move. So if they make the playoffs, yeah, I think he's got a good
Other
shot.
coaches, I think Mike Tomlin, Bruce Arians, and I think maybe an Andy Reid, of course, will also get consideration there.